This is video 2.3, and this video will explain quickly how to put the transactions into the T accounts. So how to enter transactions in T accounts, which you can already do. And even more importantly, I think I have to show you how to balance an account. And once I do that, you're ready to go. Try the quiz and then try the assignment, and I'll leave you for a little while to work on those two things. And then obviously, if you have questions, you're going to ask. So here we go. I'll just do a couple transactions because we've already done this in another lesson, but just to refresh, May 1st, I received some money from my clients for $800 in payment of amounts that they owed the business. So right off the bat, we know we're dealing with cash and we're dealing with accounts receivable. If the business receives some checks from clients, that means they got $800 in cash. So the $800 goes on the debit side for cash. And then we know that the amounts that they now owe us have gone down, so that's a credit to accounts receivable. So I'm just entering in those amounts. I'll do one more. May 1st, the second May 1st transaction made the regular payment of $500 on the bank loan. Okay, so I've got cash going down and I've got my bank loan also going down. Cash will be a credit of 500, so type, oops, wrong spot. Type in 500 in the credit side of cash. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down and find your bank loan on the liability side. And we're going to credit the bank loan 500. Okay, so that's all you're doing. If you just type the amounts in on the correct side, whether it's a debit or a credit, making sure that you have at least one debit and at least one credit in every transaction, you should be good. I'm going to jump right to the solution so that I don't have to do all the transactions in front of you, but I want to show you something. So this is a completed ledger, and a ledger is just a bunch of T's or a bunch of accounts. Here's all my accounts, and all the transactions are entered now. So this will show you how to balance an account. Now, I want you to look. When you're done entering all your transactions for all the dates from the 1st to the 6th, you're going to have all kinds of numbers in the T. So I'm going to demonstrate with the cash account only. Pay attention. When you're done, you're going to rule a line across the last entry. So see, I have a little line here. I'm going to add up all the debits and put the total here, and you'll notice it's in red. And then I'm going to add up the credit side in my cash account, and I'm going to add up all the numbers, and I left it in red. So how do you balance an account? Well, you add up all the debits, you add up all the credits, you deduct one from the other, and then the balance or the difference belongs on the side that's bigger. And in this case, 7,550 is bigger than 3,700. So the difference between these two numbers goes on the debit side, and the balance in cash is 3,850. So after all these transactions, and after starting with 5,200 in cash, I now have 3,850. I'll just go over here and demonstrate with accounts payable. So I'm adding up these two numbers to get this number in red. And 900, I just carried it down here. Deduct $900 from 34,410 and put the difference, which is $33,510, on the bigger side, and the bigger side in this case is the credit side. And it would be normal for you to expect accounts payable to have a credit balance because that's the typical side that you would see that number on, because it means you have a debt of $33,510 to your suppliers. Over here, it means you have, or your cash is up $3,850, or we say cash is a debit of $38.50. So it means we have that cash. It would be very unusual to have an overall balance in cash that is a credit. It just doesn't really make sense because the credit side is the decrease side. It actually could happen, but we should have that conversation another time. So balancing the accounts, add up all the debits, put in the total. Add up all the credits, put in the total. Find the difference between the two numbers and put that number on the side that's bigger. And if it's an asset, I would expect it to be on the left side or the debit side. And if it's a liability, I would expect the difference to be on the credit side. And then if you go down to capital, you'll see that that's a credit balance too. Now, when you're done, you should make sure that your debits equal your credits. And I just want to check that I'm on the right one. I think I am. Yeah. So this should be populating for you automatically as you finish it and balance your accounts. But that's how you do it. And when you do it, by the way, you will notice that it's going to do this automatically for you. But for a test, if I gave you a T with a bunch of numbers, you would be expected to come up with the balance in the account and place it on the correct side, whether it's a debit or a credit. Okay, I hope that made sense. I'm going to leave it with you. I'd like you to try some of these just for practice, and then could you please send me an email to say, I've got the T accounts, I think I understand, and after I write the quiz, I'm ready to take the assignment, okay? So give it a try, and please let me know if you have any problems. Thanks everyone, and good luck.